On today's episode of SFA Now, we'll be talking more about the SFA Men's Club Volleyball team and what they have to offer. SFA is known for many of its Division I sports, but not that many people know about SFA club sports. So let's learn a little more about it.
Welcome back to SFA Now. I'm your host, Martin Otane. On today's episode, we'll be learning more about the SFA's Men's Volleyball Club. I'm here with Lorenz Menifee. How are you doing today? Thank you for being here.
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. Lorenz, tell me about yourself. How did you get into playing volleyball, and how did you join a team here at SFA?
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed playing volleyball, but the club teams in Texas cost an arm and a leg, so I was never really able to play competitively, but once I got here to college, I found out about the volleyball team here and just tried out and made it.
Awesome. So how is the team doing this pandemic? Obviously, there's a whole lot happening this year, but how is the team doing?
I mean, we're doing okay. We're working with what we have. We're only able to practice 2 times out of the week, for 2 hours a day. So, I mean, we're doing the best we can with what we have.
Awesome. Are people still allowed to practice? Are you guys still allowed to practice, go to tournaments, obviously, with all this COVID happening?
Yeah, so we're allowed to practice 2 times out of the week. And, we're limited to how many tournaments we could play due to COVID.
Okay.
But, yeah, the tournaments start in March, and I think the only month we're going to be able to play is during March.
So how long is practice goes, during a day?
So on Tuesdays, they're for 1 hour, and Wednesdays for 2 hours.
Okay. And how many players do you guys have on the team currently?
So we have about 16 players and 2 managers.
2 managers.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That gives everybody some help with everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Is that the only team the only team? You guys the only team that's on campus right now? Is there multiple teams? And if there is, what is the difference?
Yeah. So we are the only men's volleyball team,
Okay.
but within the team, we have a travel team. And the travel team is the team that goes and play against, other schools and clubs.
What do you guys usually travel to in a tournament or whatever it is? What are some of the places you guys go to?
Yeah, so most of our tournaments are in Dallas, so the travel team would, travel to Dallas to play that game against, whatever school or club.
Do you guys have any reserves? Obviously, you said that there's a travel team and everything else. Is that reserves? Does that mean that out of the 16 people, there's some reserves left in that, or what?
Yeah, so only 8 people make the travel team.
Okay.
And, to make the travel team, you just have to try out. And if you're good enough and you're what the officers are looking for, then you make that team.
Okay, so throughout these tournaments, all these traveling, what are some of the championships you guys win, the medals and all that stuff you guys have? Some of the wins.
Yeah, we're only a club that's been going on for 2 years.
Okay.
So we've only competed in about 4 tournaments total. We've made it to the quarterfinals in every single one, but we haven't won one yet.
Okay, so what was your reason into joining this team?
Yeah, so my brother Larian used
Okay.
to go here. He was on the team. Well, he actually created the team with 2 other people. So, he was a big influence on why I joined the team.
So, talking about obviously joining the team and everything else, how can SFA students join the team as far as tryouts or anything like that?
So, like I said, we practice 2 times out of the week. You guys can come to the Shelton building from 6 to 8 on Tuesday or Wednesday, and you can just show us how well you play or how poorly you play, and you make the team automatically. But if you want to, travel, you have to try out again for that.
Okay, so you talked about obviously the team's only been here for 2 years. Who created it? Who was the man in charge and says, well, I love volleyball so much that I want to create a club?
Larian Menifee. He graduated from here already, but he was the main one who started it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, nice. We catch up with some people, with some players on the team to share about how it is to join a team and to better the college experience they have here and their connections and different opportunities. Let's see what they have to say.
My name is Sillyzar, and I play set for the volleyball team. And the reason why I came to play volleyball was because in high school I had a really fun experience always going to like these volleyball bars in Houston, and it was so great. So I kind of grew up around all that, being active, helped me stay in shape, and that's the reason why I came to college and seeked out to join the volleyball team. And one of the best things for me is I'm always active and I always have something to do. And I actually never get tired of it because it's always fun. There's always something new happening. And the way y'all can support the team is by following us on social media. Thank you.
We would like to thank Jay for that interview and can't wait to see him on the court. He mentioned the reason why he joined the team. What's your reason for joining the team?
Honestly, my reason was to just get better at playing volleyball. I never really was able to practice, my personal skills, but being on the team, allowed me to better myself personally.
So how is volleyball, the club, just better your college experience? You talked about you're a freshman. You just got here in Nacogdoches. So how does that better your experience here in college?
It's allowed me to make a lot more friends, and when we aren't playing, indoors with the team, we're playing sand at the rec.
Right.
And, that's open to all sorts of people. So I meet a lot of new personalities every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You talk about personalities and everything else. What is the most exciting thing about the team that you guys do as a team and everything else?
Probably practice. Like I mentioned before, we do have a lot of personalities, so there's always something new happening at practice. Some type of drama or anything.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun.
So obviously, team comes with chemistry, team building, and everything else. What are some things you guys do as a team to build that chemistry, to build that team atmosphere, to connect as one, to compete, and everything else?
Yeah. So whenever we're not on the court, we like to have team bonding days. Once every month. And we like to go out to, restaurants or, just hang out with each other on the weekends.
So what are some things you guys do to team bond?
We just, chill at, someone's house that's on the team.
Okay.
We go out to eat to restaurants or, anything like that.
Let me dive in a little bit more about the games. Yeah. Is there any games scheduled for this semester?
Yeah, so our first tournament should be the second week of March in Dallas.
Awesome. So what are you most excited about for going towards this game?
Honestly, I'm just excited to play another team other than, the people on the travel team.
Well, do you guys obviously you guys talk, it's a club team, so there have to be some kind of funding coming in for you guys to travel, the eating and everything else. What are some of the things you guys do as far as maybe a fundraising or whatever it is to kind of keep that team going?
Yeah, so every semester we have dues for each player to pay, and it's $40, and that helps us pay for tournaments and jerseys and things like that.
So, obviously, this is your freshman year.
Yeah.
When were you first interested in like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go to SFA and I'm gonna be part of the volleyball club"?
Probably my senior year of high school because of my brother and his part of the club volleyball team here.
How do we keep up with the team? Obviously, you guys are traveling and everything else. You said there's a few schedules going on this semester. How do the people of the Lumberjacks here at SFA keep up with the team?
You guys could just keep an eye out, for us on campus. We're everywhere all the time, playing volleyball on the sand courts or in Shelton Gym.
So where's your position on the court or on the team?
I'm a outside hitter.
Okay, awesome. What do they do? What does an outside hitter do?
Yeah. So my job on the court is to hit the ball as hard as I can, straight to the floor, and score points.
Well, quickly we were able to get some of the teams. Let's take a look on how the team looks like.
Hi guys, my name is Jesus Gomez. I am a part of the SFA volleyball team. I'm really looking forward to see what the team has in store for this year. We have a lot of good players with a lot of talent. I know that we're ready to play and can definitely go out and win a lot of games and definitely a lot of tournaments. Can't wait to go back out there and compete. Make sure to keep up with us and be informed on anything that we do. Hope to see y'all soon. Thank you. Axel.
Although the SFA men's volleyball team isn't really well known around campus, they're always looking for more supporters to support their team and to support their fundraisers. Even though the team is a club team, they still take it very seriously and are always prepared to play at the highest level. The SFA Men's Club Volleyball team has a lot of talent and can definitely go out there and beat those bigger universities out there this year. So be on the lookout for what is in store for future games for the SFA Men's Club Volleyball team.
Well, welcome back. If you're not joining us, this is the SFA Now. I'm here with Lorenzo Menifee. Tell me about some of the workouts you do. Obviously, volleyball is, it's a little kind of a physical game. Tell me some of the workouts you guys do to prepare for practice, games, and everything else.
Yeah. So at practice, we mostly run over drills that'll help us in the game in high-stress situations. We work on passing because in order to, score in an in-system play, it starts with the pass, and then we do setting drills, and then for hitters like me, we work on drills, like look at the court and hit the ball smart.
Right. What is one of your most memorable moments in playing this club?
So last semester we got to travel to Houston in our first tournament,
right.
And I got some playing time, so that was probably my most memorable moment so far.
How many games have y'all won so far?
At the last tournament, we played a total of 5 games, and we won 4 out of the 5.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who are y'all playing in the next upcoming game that you guys have in Dallas?
So the tournament in Dallas, it's an open tournament, so it's not really like schools that we're playing.
Okay.
It's just going to be random teams, random people.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun there. You talked about practice. You guys run some drills and everything else. What are some of the techniques you guys are, teaching the guys to be as far as good at what they're doing? Some of the strategies you guys are teaching the team and to better the club.
So the main technique that we like to teach or implement is movement, and moving your feet and staying on your toes at all times and ready to move towards the ball.
Yeah, right. Well, we can't wait to see what y'all have to present to SFA. Hopefully things can change soon so that we can go back to normal and to playing volleyball again. We definitely have to be on a lookout for whenever you play. Let us know how we can keep up with the dates and with the team and when you guys play and fundraising events and everything else. Tell me a little bit about the fundraising events. You guys have anything scheduled for this year at all?
Yeah, so as a fundraiser, we like to partner with Bubbles and Ducktails every semester.
Okay.
And, that fundraiser is, if anyone goes to Bubbles and Ducktails, a portion of, the profit that they get goes to the men's volleyball team here.
And so do they have, like, some T-shirts? What are some of the things you guys are selling to be able to get that profit to support the team?
So we aren't really allowed to sell anything to people. But through that fundraiser, we get a portion of the profit that they make that day due to how many people we bring into Bubbles and Ducktails. So it's kind of like a partnership type of thing. Okay,
awesome. Lorenzo, thank you for joining us today on an episode of SFA Now. We hope to see more from the team soon. Until next time, I'm Martin Oting, Oxum Jacks.